Dumelang and welcome to Mommy Diaries. This show is about parenting, motherhood, and this amazing journey ya ho hodisa bana ba rona. On today's show, I'm so excited we are wearing black.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I have Kholofelo Mashitisho, and we are here to have a conversation that I've never had before. Right? How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm
Thank
good.
you so much for having me.
The conversations we were having before here,
Could have known you forever.
I know.
Oh, nice.
But for those who don't know you, who is Kholofelo and Uhuletsuko Kai?
Sure. So I am I'm a legal practitioner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an attorney. I specialize in family law and commercial law as well.
Yeah.
I deal a lot with everything, like in terms of family and I don't know, do people talk about where they got their degrees?
Yeah, no, like what made you get into this complicated industry?
Look, I'm from a family of service, right? So I'm from a family of where we're always there, my parents are people who serve.
Okay.
So for me, I look at legal or law as a service, like I'm helping others, right? Be it, and in my case, it's a more mental thing because they are more bodily, so they're more, they're doctors, right? So I'm more of a thing of, okay, you need to deal with the brain of a person, and when someone comes to me, steps into my office, you're coming with a problem, so I look at it as okay, let me help you. And how do I help you? Right? What do you want? Right? And that's how I got into it. I got into law with that mindset that, a lot of people get into law for justice and yes.
Or their parents force them
exactly.
to study law.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yes, that is the undergrounding or the foundation of it. But at the end of the day, for me, it's more of, let me help you, right? Let's see how far, what can we do to get you from where you need to go or what do you need, right? So that's where it started, and that's where the firm started. That's where, the foundation of the firm grew. So I currently do run a firm. I'm a managing director. I have 2 other partners, and no, we're busy. We're opposite the Randwick Magistrates Court.
Okay.
So we do deal with a lot of criminal matters, labor matters. We did a lot of family law matters because obviously the Randwick area is full of a lot of, those type of matters.
Yeah.
So, so when I started the firm and, everyone came in, and so we're literally fully fledged firm now. We do everything. Basically. Everyone has a bit of that. So yeah, that's what happened. That's where we're at now, and we're moving.
Yeah.
We're moving, yeah.
And for someone who doesn't understand what family law is, what is family law? What do you guys deal with? Just with the kids only, or also divorces?
So family law has to do with obviously anything related to family.
Got you.
So this is your maintenance, your divorces, your anything to do with kids, anything that has to do with relationships between families, right?
Yeah.
So, so your divorces, your maintenance, your access, father and mother access, anything to do with that. That's the whole, can I say because family law it's very broad. Yes, you can't even those 3 that I just mentioned now, it's not even like a spectrum of what family law is, because things like abuse of a child, right? Sexual assault, for instance, of a child could actually be under family law, but it also is under criminal law, right? You understand?
Yeah.
So me as a family law attorney needs to be able to bring that in to the aspect of family law and address that to the judge or the magistrate that this is what's currently happening, So when we litigate, so it's you can't really just give it those 3 aspects, but you must just know it has to do with it's a title that or a category of the law which deals with anything family related. You can go as far even as saying deceased estates. You have families that are fighting. Why are they fighting? You sit down. There's a child that came in out of nowhere, out of wedlock for the deceased. You know what I mean? that's a family law matter. Now, you understand what I'm saying? So there's a lot. So family law is not just, it's a category.
Got you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just like criminal law is a category, just like commercial law is a category, right? Family law is exactly that, but it has to do with specifically families.
Family.
Yes.
Yeah. And then everything starts with something. For example, the podcast is about, parenting, motherhood, but most of the time, we speak about family in terms of good stuff. But let's talk about the beginning. Ikalaka divorce, for example, for someone who's been married, and then they start by divorce, and now obviously there's children, and then now we have to consider all of that.
Yes.
In your opinion or your experience or the things that you see on a daily basis, what do you think? Why are we divorcing so much?
I think,
what are the stats? Sorry, what are the stats?
The stats, I mean, I'd have to check on Stats SA, but I mean, they're quite high currently right now. But it's pro-COVID, actually. Pro-COVID, I think a lot of people, or a lot of, I don't want to even put a gender to it, but a lot of people started realizing that I'm worth more. I want more. I can do more. I don't need to do this, right? They don't have that bekezela, that hotella thing that anymore. You know what I mean? This is very pro-COVID. So pro-COVID, we've had a lot of divorces come in.
I'm one of them. I'm in the stats.
And no. And it's understandable because you sit there with someone and you're just like, but do I really know you? Did I really know who you were? Right? You're figuring out things like, how Kanti you're a gambler, or how Kanti you don't know how to sit still, or why are you itchy? You know what I mean? During COVID, Kanti urata banyana. You know what I mean? And then also, but I think the main concern, or not even the main, or the reason for divorces, I think we spoke about it earlier, was it's disconnect in relationships, right? So you could be sitting with your partner like this and you find that something is not right, but no one brings it up, or you don't bring it up. Maybe you didn't like the way he did something, right? And then you disconnect, you pull away. As women, we like that. You think that, no, he must know, and you disconnect, you pull away. Then maybe I don't know, in terms of sex, the sex goes down, right? Or I don't know, there's different things you just stop doing what you used to do. You understand? And he notices it. So what does he do? He goes out. Does what he needs to do to satisfy himself. He does what he needs to do because I'm not getting it from home, right? So now what happens then, once a disconnect happens, it then has a situation of, okay, it lingers for long. So you get years, like months, years of that type of disconnect happening. And as a result, then when you step into my office, you literally say to me, I want a divorce. Why? So you tell me, he cheated. He's under debt. He's doing this. He's doing this, doing that. But my question will always be like, where did it start? How did it start? Right? Because you can't tell me that all of a sudden a person just switched on you. And also, Luena, where did it start?
How did you contribute?
Because you can't say you were never a part, or you didn't play a part in the fact that you're sitting in my office today. So yes, divorces currently right now, the rise is very high. And as a result, it affects the children. It affects the kids. It affects the dependents, right? So remember, dependents are not just children, but it could be anyone that is dependent on the actual family structure that exists. So even the stepkids or the adopted kids, it affects them as well, within as a result of the divorce.
And then maintenance. Let's talk about maintenance. We always hear maintenance code. Maintaining one.
What is maintenance?
Maintenance, it's not even that. Sometimes it has nothing to do with the divorce. Like, we have children without getting married. We a boyfriend, a girlfriend. Maintenance. Maintenance.
So maintenance is an obligation of both parents to maintain the child, right? It's an obligation to make sure that the child is well. The child is fine.
Yeah.
The child is eating, going to school, has medical expenses are dealt with. They're living in an, they're alive.
Yeah.
Right? You need to be able to maintain a child.
Yeah.
A lot of people always come and say, no, but she trapped me. Yeah. Oh, the men will come, oh, she trapped me. Oh, I love that. And I'm just like, okay, so you were having unprotected sex, not the way you're expecting a flower. Were you... No, like, were you expecting a flower? You were having unprotected sex. Were you...
And no we
enjoy. No, but I thought that she was on the contraceptives and she was taking this. But no, what were you expecting? So now I'm forced to I have an obligation to maintain this. I said definitely yes. How? It was actually a court case I read this week where the I think it was another advocate. He had donated his sperm to a lady. And they had an agreement that I will give you the sperm, but I want nothing to do with the children. Ne?
Okay.
I'll give you the judgment, and maybe you'll put it in your link.
Yes.
I don't know how it works.
Definitely.
I'm gonna give it, and you'll put it there. And in that judgment, he says, "I don't want anything to do with the kids." And now it's like, okay, but is it enforceable? How?
So wait, the agreement was I give you the sperm but I don't want anything to do with the kids.
So she came, counted, and requested for maintenance.
So if there's an agreement like that, like still he has to pay.
But I think that agreement is more verbal.
Yeah.
Else, yeah.
But o donate sperm jwang?
How? There's ways.
No, hey, what I want to know is also donate jwang. Ka roba letheka, or like how they insert.
No, they were not clear in the judgment. They don't say that. They just said he was a donee. He was a donor.
So it doesn't matter how he donated.
No, he could have donated bona roba,
AI,
maybe syringe. It doesn't matter really. So basically, yeah, the court was like, maintain them.
Yeah.
So maintenance, it's quite broad. It's a broad and Shem, I feel it's really a tough journey that women go through. The issue of maintenance, ne?
Yeah.
And I don't want to even just put it on a gender and say just women, everybody, women, men, because men can also claim maintenance if they're the ones who are primary caregiving of the child, the children.
Yeah.
So when you look at maintenance, we look at I think I put in five aspects. So you look at lodging, you look at groceries, medical aid, schooling, and clothing. Right? Clothing is more twice a year. Lodging, there's actually a calculation that's been done. There's a form called a J101 form.
Okay.
Right? You can find it on just Google maintenance form on Google. The form is there. Right? It's quite difficult to fill in, but once you'll see it says my contributions or my expenses, child expenses. And I always tell women, be exact. Don't overdo it. I remember I had a client but I was on the man's side. And the mother over-exaggerated her expenses or the costs of the child. So when it was time to prove, she couldn't. Because she over-exaggerated them. So what did she get? She get lower than what she wanted. You understand? So you need to be exact. Try and be as close as possible to the amount that you want or that your child is needed of, right?
Yeah.
So then based on that, then would look at two things. You look at how much the parents earn, and then you look at the child's reasonable expenses. So when I say reasonable expenses, I already explained now, make sure that you are on tact, you're not doing this thing, like just adding numbers and doing this. No.
Yeah.
Do it properly, right? Reasonable expenses, guys, is not. It's like, let's be serious.
Yeah.
It's not ballet.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the extramurals, but let's be reasonable about the expenses of the
reasonable
children.
Meaning that tell the truth. If
Yes.
ballet is 1.5 per month, right?
Yes,
1.5 per month.
Right, 1.5.
Would you sometimes need proof for that?
Yes. Oh, yes. So every single expense that you write for the child needs a statement or an invoice to show that. So I'm going to talk about now, obviously, what documents you need when you actually go to maintenance court to fill, after you fill in the forms.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at, okay, so the first is the reasonable expenses, and then the second one is, the who earns what. So we look at the proportion of the amounts. So if I earn, let's say, 10,000 Rand.
Got you.
You earn 20.
I'm the man.
You're the man. And the court will look at, basically, you need to contribute more than I do.
And if it was the other way around, still.
Still.
Yeah.
So it's proportion to how much, who earns what.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's never, I know a lot of people say it's 50-50 and no, you must do, no. It's proportion to income.
Okay.
So that's another thing that a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought maybe because you are a man, a man would have to pay more.
No.
Because if most of the time the kids are with us, the moms, right?
No. Even if the child's with you, right? And I get that because it's primary care expenses are more, right?
Yeah.
And they do take into cognizance of that. But that's why even your expenses, when you do it on the maintenance form, state it. So you can get your more. State it on the thing that, listen, groceries, man, he's 8. Why, ja?
Yeah.
He's eating like a lot. Like the yogurt fela. Put it in. State it clear. Show us. Right? So what I do with women is I tell them, even check a 60/60 is the best thing ever. Right? You just go, make sure you buy your child's groceries separate from yours. Right? That'll even show as proof that, can you see? Yeah. You know what I mean? This is his groceries. So you're able to also keep record of what's the child's actual expenses. So it's easy for me as an attorney to go and say, but this is it.
Yeah.
So I mean, once we start with that, that's called okay, so you fill in this form, and with this form you submit it, and you submit your bank statements, the proof, your child's proof of residence, because it has to do with issues of jurisdiction. Jurisdiction has to do with where is the child. So your child is in Pretoria, you have to go to the Pretoria Magistrates Court. Your child stays around the area of Midrand. I think apparently there's a Midrand court. If a child stays in Randburg area jurisdiction, I think it stops around Parktown, then you'd be in Randburg. If your child stays in like the CBD areas, then your jurisdiction would be in the CBD of the Magistrates Court in CBD. So it has to do with what they call jurisdiction. So you must prove that your child stays within the jurisdiction of the court. Number 2, your payslip. So you need to now show me or show the courts that this is how much I earn, because you would have written it on the maintenance form, right? And then number 4, or so number 5, within they have the expenses. So all your receipts, everything that you've spent on the child. So I normally say, go 3 months back. So I once actually had a client who came and she was pregnant. She came pregnant and she says, I want to apply for maintenance. And unfortunately, you can't come while you're still pregnant, right? Because we don't know what the expenses of the child will be.
The expenses are yours for now.
We don't know yet what it's going to be, right? We have to wait. So I said to her, the day you give birth, come back. Nah. She gave birth on a Wednesday.
She came back on Thursday.
No, man. The Monday she was there. She was like, "These are the child's expenses. Let's go."
Yeah. Oh man. But I feels like a lot of these things that you, the cases that you see, they also involve a lot of emotion.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes we do things because of we still hurting and we still mad and stuff like that. But I also want to ask, in terms of lodging, so if I'm the one who's staying with the child, should he also help me pay rent or bond?
Yes, so that's the part about the first part. Remember when I said, where's the child staying?
Yeah.
Lodging.
Yeah.
So when it comes to lodging, it's a third of what you're paying. So if you're paying a bond, right, the child's portion is a third.
How do you calculate the portion?
A third. So if you're paying 6,000 Rand, the child portion is 2,000 Rand. And you put that 2,000 Rand on the form. Say 2,000 Rand. Remember at the end, you have to give me there needs to be a total that exists. And then according to that total, we then take the proportion of who earns what, right? And if I earn 10,000, you earn 20,000. You earn more than me, so you're going to pay more from the total than what I would be paying.
Yeah.
I say yo, guys.
No. I'm just saying
you decided to have children.
Yes, we did. I'm just saying yo, as in like a lot of people don't know these things.
It's a third. A lodging is a third, and that's
like there are kind men out there, Kulu, where they're like, oh, okay, cool, I'll pay your rent, honey. I'll pay your bond as long as my children are comfortable.
Yes.
There are men like that, and obviously there are men who just don't want to hear it. Sometimes they even control who's coming to the house. Do they have control of who should come to the house?
No.
That's stupid.
No, banna vale.
I can help, but has a patala third year. How patala third year?
Patala everything.
Mama there was Uncle C at the house.
And he came to the house.
Third.
Yes.
Can he?
No, not even asa patala third. Asa patala the whole rent. Remember you just said Nahor patala the whole rent.
Yes.
No. So now can he stop? He can stop and then Mama. Let's take him to maintenance.
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna before it was an agreement.
Yeah.
Between the two of us, we're going to do this thing and we're going to
do it our way.
We're gonna do it our way. We're civil. We're collegial. We're fine.
Yeah.
Matter if the day he decides what to know, now he's going to throw his toys around. It's okay. Just get an attorney. Or go yourself and do it.
Yeah.
You can actually go do this thing by yourself.
Nah.
You don't need an attorney to go and do maintenance. It's frustrating. If there's one thing that women, and you see them there and you sit, you'll sit, nah? You will sit and it's the most demeaning process for women. They hate it. I hate it for them.
How do you mean demeaning?
Because you get there and the maintenance officer is like, wait, your turn. And they're like, and then you sit 3-4 hours. No, he's not here. Oh, so then we can't hear you. But they're very dismissive. They're very abanataba. You know what I mean? You're sitting there, those chairs then caught, they're not the most comfortable in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now it's like a thing of, like you're pushing and you're doing all of this, and all you're going to just get after this is just a postponement. Hey, come back on another day. Come back on another day. Come back on another day. Right? And it's that painful thing, yeah. I'm pushing, but there's no result that is coming.
Yeah.
But I keep telling women that, look, it's not about you. At that point, you'll feel it, yes. Ne? But going forward, it's not about you, because once you have that order, you're sorted.
Yeah.
Because you can vary it, meaning you can change it to increase it. You can substitute it. You can, as soon as you have an order, you're done. You're settled.
Do men also go through that process? Are there men out there who take women for maintenance?
They do, yes. Men do. It's quite rare, but men do. I think we're in August now. In the month of July, I think I've had like 2 clients who've taken women to maintenance, yeah, because they're staying with the kids.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So they have the primary residency of like the boys, and they're just like, okay, let me take the mother to maintenance court.
Yeah. So it's not like as common as it is for us women.
It's not common. No, it's mostly women. Yeah.
That's tough.
It is.
Yeah.
Women go through a lot.
Yeah.
And it's such a, like, you see, women are so strong, hey? Yo. You see that maintenance court where they're fighting and you just...
Yeah. Yeah.
And the thing is, the men, what they do is that they will frustrate you. There's ways to frustrate the process.
I can imagine.
There's
the
ways
same
to
with frustrating the divorce.
Yes.
Where it's like it's prolonging for no reason. Yeah.
You can just claim and say, Asunganak. Then what must happen? You must prove paternity. Once a month or once every 6 weeks, the maintenance court has a nurse that comes, ne, to do DNA tests, to take blood. This man will not pitch, right? On the day, the time for court, he won't pitch. You must subpoena him again. He does that, he doesn't pitch. You do a warrant of arrest, you have to arrest him just for him to pitch in court. You know what I mean? It's small things like that that frustrates. And obviously now, the dates of court, we are sitting around the date of, like, I know we postponed the matter now. I think we're sitting on the date of the end of September, beginning of October. So you can imagine now, we're sitting in July and the next date is in October.
Sure.
And you're sitting with no maintenance.
No maintenance. Yeah.
You're sitting with no maintenance and you must just figure it out, you and your child.
And for people who can't afford lawyers at home, what do they do? Like, they just go straight to
maintenance court.
Maintenance court.
And you must push, force it out.
Yeah.
Like those the maintenance officers and the maintenance clerks are there for a reason. They have to help you. Right? They have to help you. You have to push with your chest and make sure that, listen, this is what you're doing, it gets done. Like, you don't need an attorney to do maintenance. It helps. Yeah. So I think what you could do as well as a layman is maybe go and, get an attorney to help you fill out the forms, make the bundle ready, get it ready so that when you go to court, your documents are ready and that's probably like one consultation, right? And then once that's done, you submit that. Okay. And then maybe go again just before you have your date so you know what to expect so that you don't get surprises, right? But maybe try avoid having an attorney in court with you because, that's an additional cost. Yeah. That's an hourly cost. Yeah. If I charge 1.8 an hour, and I'm sitting with you for
5 hours.
5 hours.
It's a lot.
Knowing very well that you still need maintenance. Our office has what we call like a retainer amount for women for maintenance because of the situation. So we don't charge per hour. We do a monthly cost. Because we know
it's tough.
It's tough. Yeah. So we'll say, no, don't pay them, so if I can sit with you in court or if another attorney in the office sits with you in court for 6-7 hours, doesn't matter. You're paying one amount that month.
Yeah, that's
because it's a maintenance matter.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah.
So that's helped quite a bit of women.
Yeah.
And it's pushed quite a bit of matters for the the matter, the maintenance matter. So just be it's possible.
Yeah.
You can do it by yourself.
Yeah.
It's tough, but just push. And it's not about you, it's about your child. Yeah. As soon as the order's out, even your child afterwards, when he turns 18, because maintenance is until 18 or self-sufficient. So self-sufficient could be any time. Could be 30. Could be 40. Yeah.
So self-sufficient ke wa ha o sa bereka, o sa thole mosebetsi o sa
when you can't
afford
you can't you still need assistance.
So for like, for example, for parents who stay high go Kasi, go Rockland somewhere, and then you as the mom, let's say you're just working go as a cashier somewhere, you're earning whatever amount that you're earning, and your partner is not working, but you can see hore lo mjitelo uyaphila. I can say it. I can't maintain the child. But when you can see or you hear he is able to maintain himself. It's just that we don't know where the money is coming from. In cases like that, should I take someone who's unemployed to
take him? Because then you must, when you get to the section 6, which is the start, we're going to require bank statements.
Oh, I want to know how work about the section 6. Section 6.
Section 6 is the start of the maintenance. So after you fill out your forms, you submit them, then you go into what they call a section 6 inquiry.
Got you.
Where you sit down, get the bank statements to everybody, which is a maintenance officer, and they go. But I would rather the amount of what it's earning. It's a guy.
It's a guy. Okay.
There's this much. It's a guy. Why no ile taboo?
Maro o how berek.
Why no ile I could be the club no ish the nostra. Yeah. Wow no ile nostra.
It's my nostra.
No. I can go high shem. Kilo ta high.
Nostra. Yeah, we don't nostra.
Why no ile nostra? Mara. You didn't.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. So section 6.
Section 6 is the first step. Section 6 inquiry is the first step of any maintenance matter.
Yeah. So then after investigation, then it will
after the investigation, then they say, okay, how much can you afford?
Yeah.
There's no, I can afford 200 rand.
Yeah.
Then you say no. When I below 1.5 anchor,
yeah,
another 200 rand, but no. Then they say, okay, so we can't agree on an amount.
Yeah.
Sharp. So then we take it up. Section 10. Section 10 is more of a trial, basically, where you go through, we sit in front of the magistrate. We're not sit, but we're in a court with the magistrate and we underline everything. DSTV, Tusa.
I get safe.
Netflix, Tusa. They'll tell you, no, Tusa. Take this, Tusa. Oh, patala, this, Tusa. So Netflix, we patala. And then they take all that amount and they say, we can see that you can afford X amount.
Batal.
Pay it. That's the order.
What's the silliest thing you've ever heard in the cases that you've seen where somebody's like, I'm not going to pay maintenance besides the child not being theirs? I guess sometimes with the paternity test, you hear, okay, cool, the child is not theirs. What's the silliest thing? This person is denying to pay maintenance because of this silly thing.
A man quits his job. So can I have a sip of water?
Hey, not me too, manak. So that he doesn't pay maintenance. He quit his job.
And he came proof. I think he was even fired. He came. So they can't buy resignation letters. So I don't have I keep it. Your face.
No, I'm just trying to find the why. Especially like you're saying, at the end of the day, it's about the child. So the why would be, are you that mad for you to quit your job so that you don't pay maintenance? I guess for me, in my mind, I'm like, why? Why? I get there's a verse called Bible in ere bana batla shwella bokgopo. Like it's like English again. The children. Yeah. Bana batla shapela bokgopo ba rona as batswadi. So I'm just like, imagine that now the children suffering because when maybe you're still very upset with your ex or your partner, you quit your job so that you don't maintain the kids.
Look, it's petty. But I mean, us as attorneys, there's ways. I mean, we've been working for what years? Only pension
fund, yeah.
Now I go and I say, sharp, hey, we'll attach your pension fund per month. Every month.
Oh.
I had a client once who came. It was a divorce, post-divorce, and he was supposed to pay 600 rand, right, at the time. And the divorce maybe happened 10 years before or something. And it was supposed to be 600 rand, and it increases every year by a percentage. So now you have to work out 600 rand increase. Yeah, 10 years, ne? Because he's not paid, ne? I think the total amount was almost over 500,000 or something like that. And then you look at what is the current amount now in 2020, I think it was 2023, what he should have been paying. So at that time now, I think we had reached 1 point something that he should have been paying. Sharp here, and then we subpoenaed him, Hatla court. Hello, no, it's fine. Then can you do what we call a writ of execution? Writ is to say we can attach something. Ne? So you can either attach someone's property, so assets, then they take it, sell it, and then take whatever the amount of money is to pay the outstanding, right? Or you can say a writ against his bank account, so they freeze the bank accounts. And then as money comes in, they take, right? Or in my case, I said I want a writ against his pension fund, right? Because pension fund thing. So now every month the pension fund the outstanding arrears, and then on the other side I said I want a garnishee against his current salary. So now she was getting 2 amounts for the child. The outstanding amount from the pension fund, and then the current amount from his salary, right? And I think she was getting about what, for something like that. Just because the court was like, okay, let's be fair.
Yeah,
we can't take the whole from the pension fund. You retire ka eng. At the end of the day, yes, so he's gonna retire with less, but it's just like a thing of like, let's be fair.
Yeah.
And then we garnished his current his current way he is working currently now. So he gets basically a salary but minus whatever. And I remember once I was in court and the magistrate said to the respondent, who was the male who wasn't paying, they're like, you know what? One thing you don't understand is that before SARS or tax, salary or anything, when you get your salary, maintenance kicks in first. So you could be earning a salary 100,000 and then take home what I don't know what the tax implication is, but the first thing that hits first, it's maintenance. So when I say people take this maintenance thing lightly,
it's not a joke.
It's not a joke, guys. You're dealing with kids and their lives.
Yeah.
You know, and I say to women, guy, this is not about you, mama. It's not about you.
Yeah.
It's about your child and the life that your child can live with an additional amount of money that can be accessed through this maintenance act. It's hard. I promise you, you're going to sweat. You're going to cry. Nah. You're going to beg. Mara, look at the bigger picture. I feel more.
So, like you said, because everything is so like intertwined, like or as you speaking now, I'm thinking of, you know, how like you were talking before we recorded about this whole thing of in community of property, prenups and all of that. In a situation where someone is demanding spousal,
spousal maintenance.
Spousal maintenance.
Pasi, no, that's another conversation.
No. Just for this question, for this one. So if ke batla spousal maintenance, I can still take him for maintenance yaban. Or if I want spousal maintenance, it also includes the expenses zaban.
No, spousal maintenance is only in the case of divorces. Yes. So spousal maintenance is different. It's separate. It's separate from children's maintenance. child maintenance. Separate, completely two different.
So if I have kids,
yes,
and then somebody advised me,
when you say I want spousal maintenance, your amount you're doing 10,000.
Yeah.
Spousal maintenance, you say I want 10,000 and then 10,000. Come over to cash up, but I want my children to have 10,000. Then he must pay 20,000.
That's
two different amounts.
Yeah.
That's two different amounts. Those are two different functions of the court. So spousal maintenance will be within the divorce, and also maintenance. You can also child maintenance is also within the divorce, right? But it's two different amounts and two different reasonings behind that. Because as a spouse, you need to prove why do you want spousal maintenance. You're a beautiful 30-something-year-old girl. You have a degree. Wow, you can work. You have time.
Yeah.
Right? Why do you want it?
Yeah.
You have time. Right? Like, you can go get a job. So normally what we'd call that is it's more rehabilitative, to rehabilitate you. So maybe if you're a spouse wife, so to rehabilitate you back into the working environment.
Since maybe he's the one who removed you from the working environment because of your taking care of the home.
Exactly,
stuff
yes,
like that.
yes.
Yeah.
So it's okay, let's try and put you back in, prove us that, okay, for a specific amount of time, you can jump back in, yes. So it's not forever. It's like they're rehabilitating you to try and get you back in.
And then when a man wants a spousal maintenance, ebeliing.
That's fine.
Rehabilitate.
Yes. It's the same thing.
So I get most of the time when we get married.
Pasi, men and women, don't gender.
No, I'm not gender. I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question.
That's fine.
Most of the time, in most cases when you get married, no, I left my work as a woman to take care of the family. He said, or some people would say, he said that you can stay home and take care of the kids. So obviously the entire time you've been staying home and you haven't been working, right? So I'm asking, how to work really the same, or what's the reason for a man? What would be the reason for a man to want a spousal maintenance? Same.
Yeah, he stays at home. He looks after the kids. But
okay.
How's dads?
Okay.
But or for instance, he earns less than you.
Okay.
And you've been paying the bond,
Yeah.
You've been paying, you've been doing everything.
Yeah.
And he now can't afford to continue or to
Yeah.
So without you, he needs help, because you remember he was staying in a house that it's bonded, that's paid. Exactly.
Yeah. And then in cases of polygamy, where we talk about maintenance now, polygamy, let's say get 2 wives or 3 wives, and then the father died, and then the last wife is the one who's working. Who must maintain the kids?
The father died.
Look, let's say the father dies.
Oh, daddy.
Okay. I get it's polygamy.
Okay, so husband.
The husband,
yes.
So get polygamy, let's say there's just 2 wives and there's kids in between the 2 homes. And then something happens and then the dad dies. Like another last wife who's working. The first wife, Mam Glungulu, or Mam Kulu Haberek. So who am I liable?
Mam Kulu must claim from the deceased estate. Yeah, dad. Mam Ngani. Oh, Twahala Mam Ngani, guys. Twahala Mam Ngani. So
Mam Ngani is not liable to pay maintenance for the kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Mam Ngani is liable to her own children.
Yeah.
She's not liable for Mam Kulu's children.
Okay. I feel like polygamy is the thing now. People are getting into,
and they are.
Yeah, we have to have those conversations. But how will I go TikTok? Okay.
No, we need to have another conversation about that, because it's like even the way that it's entering into and the legalities around that, and how you enter into it properly. To make sure that everyone is legally protected, because there's a lot of like gaps that a lot of our ladies, our friends, our people are not filling, but they just Instagram, it's number 2, number 3, number 4, like wababona.
Yeah.
But have you done what you were supposed to do? Because once this man dies, are you protected as Mamngan? Are you protected?
I don't know.
Do you know what that means for you? Do you know that are you going to get anything from the estate? Because in this point, it could be that everything is left to Mam Kulu, because when you just went, but winter are like a couple of cows,
and
a couple of, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And then, but did you? I mean, there's an application you have to do to the court. You know that?
I heard. Yeah, I'm currently doing a storyline on the show I'm doing, and they're taking me as a second wife.
You see,
so doing that research was quite interesting, and it's such an amazing storyline, because I was like,
you have to do an application to the court. The court, and there must be permission. There must be there's an entire. It's not just a let's go and just do this thing.
Like be cute, yeah.
No, guys, it's serious.
Yeah. Access, okay.
Okay, let's go back.
Access,
yeah. Family law.
Family law, yeah.
So, access. Women have this thing, and I'm telling you, I'm going to say women because my girls, they're letting me down here. They let me down when it comes to this part.
Okay.
Where they don't get maintenance. So what do? They deny access to the father and the child. They say you can't see the child. Because access and maintenance are two different things altogether. Even the function of it, or even the courts that deal with it, are two different courts. Maintenance court, children's court. You cannot deal with maintenance in children's court. Children's court has no jurisdiction to deal with maintenance court. Maintenance court cannot decide any matters that has to do with access of the child, right? You cannot stop a child from seeing their father or having contact or access just because he's not paying. He will take you to maintenance court. He will get an order of interim. He will get access. You will deny him because you will get your contempt of court. You will need to call someone to come and bail you out because you know why? Yes, guys, it's horrible. It's terrible what he's doing. But you cannot stop access and contact. So contact and access is basically you staying with the child, but he needs to be able to speak to the child. Right? So your contact would be your telephonic conversations, and then your access would be your visits. Yes, your visits. So your alternative weekends or whatever the agreement is. Yeah. So normally what happens is a client walks in and let me say one of my goals. Let's say a girl walks in, a woman walks into the office, and she says, "No, he's taking me to children's court because he wants access." First thing I'll do is I'll send you to the family advocate. Family advocate is a organization or a department of our government, which is free.
Okay.
And they will allow you. They'll do I'll submit a form called a Section 33. Where I'll ask them to sit down and mediate with you guys to see if we cannot come up with a parental plan, right? A parental plan is a plan that regulates the co-parenting arrangements between mom and dad, right? So how are you going to co-parent? Weekends, what happens with holidays, what happens with the decisions making, what happens with things like birthdays, Father's Day, Mother's Day, basically the access, how you guys are going to be able to things like small things like switching kids. Where do you about change a guy? It's weird, because some people about to change I go police station. No, it's a thing.
Yeah. Or go parking somewhere, but we don't go to each other's houses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or go gating. The child, you just see the child just walking out of the estate gate and going there. I remember I had a client and she was like, my child is not a bag of bananas. Because all he wants is like, I don't want to deal with you. I just want to take my child. He's like, my child is not a bag of bananas where you can just take them over. I'm going to come walk the child, give the child to you and walk away. I don't have to speak to you, nothing. But it's you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. It's that type of relationship or that co-parenting arrangements that are very difficult for people who have not dealt with their own internal relationshiping problems. Right? So that's where the family advocate assists.
Yeah.
And they'll then, what they can do is do a parenting. If, for instance, you get to the family advocate, or I refer you to the family advocate, and nothing has happened, or you haven't done you haven't agreed, then they'll defer the matter back to the court for a full investigation, right? So the full investigation basically says that they must sit down with both parents, go to your place, social worker must come, sit down with you. It's
a lot.
It's a lot.
And if you were in an abusive relationship, doesn't matter whether it was a woman or a man, and then maybe you feel as the father or as the mother, you feel that I was in an abusive relationship, so therefore I wouldn't want my child to be with you alone because you're abusive.
So then you ask for what they call supervised visits. So you don't supervise, but you can get maybe a social worker or a middle person or someone, family member, to supervise those visits. Yes.
And for people who are not married, who just had a child?
Okay, so if you are not married, but you're in a relationship, it's same. You still have both co-parenting rights and responsibilities, right? You're still the same.
So if I let's say I give birth today, ka boyfriend I give usually my birth certificate mo tlabe re ngola a mom and dad. Mom and dad mo birth certificate. Right? So okay, mine is both of us because at the time we were married. Sure.
Yeah.
But I know a friend of mine who she put her partner on their birth certificate because he was their nearly boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. They were happy. Later on, they went their separate ways. And then now she wanted to do a passport.
And Wahan.
Yeah.
No, you just approach the court, and what the court can do is then remove his, what they call, administrative rights.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So anything that has to do with schooling, signing this, signing that, mutlose. No, not mutlosa from the birth certificate.
But to scratch him out. But I'm
no,
just saying,
but mutlosa from anything that has to do with having to have his opinion or permission to do anything.
Okay.
That's possible. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because it was like a thing where, like, you know, somebody's
no, it's possible. Even on the other, let me switch it around now. So say, for instance, your friend had given birth, but she didn't add him as the father.
Okay.
The father wants to be added on.
You can add on.
He can approach the court and say, listen, I am the father of the child. I want to be acknowledged as the father of the child. Add me on the birth certificate. Right? Because when you add someone on the birth certificate, there's only two ways you can do that. Is that the mother acknowledges that, okay, or both parties acknowledge this is the child. But the both parties would have been because they're at the birth of the child, right? Number two would be paternity. So it would be what they call a paternity endorsement. So if you prove that the paternity is indeed, yes, then you can actually compel Home Affairs to add the father as the father on the birth certificate.
Why is everything so complicated? This is where what you were saying, because how they married, none of these things, you know, you don't have to worry about the birth certificate, who's there, who's not. You don't have to worry about maintenance because you guys are together. Now you realize when we talk about these things, why God created marriage, because it's simpler when we married than now together, when we are not together.
I remember I had a client, and she approached me, and I remember that conversation was just in the very early stages of my firm, and she contacted me and she says to me, hey, listen, I have a birth certificate, but I want to get a passport for my child and I want to travel. And I'm just saying to her, okay, let's see your birth certificate. And on the birth certificate, there's no man. I'm like, so what's the problem? Adi, what do you mean? I'm like, you're the only parent here on the birth certificate. So why don't you just go apply for a birth certificate? And then she's like, and what do I say when I get there? I'm like, just say he's dead.
That's what my dad did to my mom.
You know what I mean? Just say he's dead. Or he's like, just say he's like, when was the last time you saw him?
Yeah.
And she's like, he was like just a guy, you know, a random guy. And I don't know where he easily knows. So I'm just like, then just say that when you go do your passport. Like, you don't have to be like, and this child at that point, I think she was about 11 or 12. And she cried.
Man.
And she's like, Khulu, I've been so scared to go and apply for anything. Every time I even have to apply for schools, I'm so scared to say anything or do anything because I'm just so worried that they're going to ask about the father of this child who I don't know who it is. And that makes me look like my moral values are demeaned or I like this, are taken aback. Ulile, and she cried. So look, it goes both ways, honestly. And it's like I say, if a man wants to be on the birth certificate, he can.
Yeah.
If a woman finds that, or a mommy is finding that he's frustrating, because that's what happens. It's frustrating his rights as a parent, right? Because he's on the birth certificate. That can be dealt with. That's easy. That's honestly, that is, you can even do it. Go to the children's court, guys. There's 2 courts that you can go on your own. Is maintenance court and children's court.
Yeah.
And just say, this man is frustrating my rights. I can't do this. I can't apply for schools. He doesn't want to sign. He doesn't want to go to do this. They will give you an order to say, remove his administrative rights. Do this. They'll ask him, why are you refusing this?
Yeah. And then lastly, custody. Full custody.
Okay, so custody is not a South African term.
What is the South
It's an American term. So the custody term in South Africa is primary residence.
TV2 match custody. Full custody. South African
primary residence.
Fela. So how fortunately full?
No, so when you have primary residency, that's because your child stays with you. I wanna fully have.
So if the child doesn't stay with you, then what do you have?
It's equal primary residency, so half. So meaning you get 2 weeks, I get 2 weeks in a month. So that some people do 1 week on, 1 week off. So 1 week, 1 week, 1 week. So it's equal primary residency.
So if someone doesn't pay maintenance and I die, my sister can take my child?
No.
Or do I have to write it in the will?
No. The father takes the child.
Whether they pay maintenance or not.
And it's unfortunate because he did nothing. But he is the biological father. But I mean, your sister can come and obviously do what they call an application for legal guardianship and prove that he's done nothing. And he's been nowhere to be found. He's done nothing. I must be the legal guardian. I must look after the child. I've been a part of the child. I've done this. I've done that. I've done that. Right? Even in my will, my sister's will says this. Right? Then the courts will decide. It's up to the court's discretion to decide.
So a parent can include that in a will who they would like.
Oh, they should.
Okay.
Oh, I remember the time when we included, there was a client who came. Oh, guys. Oh, my client stories are like, she didn't move. And she came and she was like, my friend gave me her child. What should I do?
Asamobotsa.
And I'm like, you need to decide. Do you want to take the child or not? If you don't take the child, then the child either goes back and maybe into, the family, if there's any family members that want to do it, or into the foster system.
So you can give your friend a child?
I'm frustrated. So I always tell people when you do wills,
communicate.
Tell the other person that, listen, you are the guardian of my child. Tell them, like, the worst thing that you can get is waking up and then it's a shock. I'm a mother.
Or maybe ask, ask for her chomi. When I die, ke bona ke rata your parenting style, ke o rata, and I have nobody. Chomi ke kopa e nne wena. Ka nako ngwana teng a mo shotella gore o nne wena mama ge pulane. I wonder when it comes to friends, maybe they must ask. Sometimes with family, it's like it's given. My sister is my sister, but I still have to ask her, right?
So it's situations like that where, no, the father is unfortunately, because he's a biological father, he is automatically the next person who's going to take the child. Unless he doesn't want the child. I don't know, then the child can then move over to whoever. But then I would obviously legalize that.
Yeah. Sure. I feel like there's so much that I want to talk about.
I know.
I'll do part 2.
Oh no, there's like tons more. Like family law is such a, like I said, it's broad.
Yeah.
You can't just focus on just like
On
one
thing.
area of it. You just need to. It's everything is so interlinked, right, to each other. Like, do you know that, for instance, in this child maintenance matter, if, for instance, your husband, right, has a child out of wedlock, right, without you knowing, ne? And you guys are married in community property, and he says, I can't afford, I can subpoena you in court and subpoena your bank statements so that you can pay maintenance. The other child.
I'm sure I'll quit.
Yes.
Well, I'm just saying, like, especially, it's not even the child you came into the marriage with. I remember
I called a woman once and I said to her, hey, do you know what's going on? She's like, what? And I was like, we're busy with maintenance. I'm about to subpoena you. I'm just making you aware. Subpoena me for what? I was like, oh, what? I even had to say, are you driving? No. Get it? Okay.
Oh, man.
Are you sitting down? It's like, yes. I'm like, okay, this is what's going on. You know, when you feel, I mean, I'm for the mom. I'm here. I mean, my client is here. She's on my side. I can't jiggy, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you also feel as a person that you've just broke someone's heart. Say that your husband has a child outside. The child is less than a year. We're claiming maintenance. He says he can't afford. You're going to be subpoenaed with your bank statement.
So a client is the guy in this case?
No, the woman. The mom.
The mom.
Yes.
The side chick.
Yeah, side chick. So your side chick can claim from the wife.
The side chick can claim maintenance from the wife?
Yes, if they're married in community of property. The side chick can claim from the husband and his pension fund if he dies, right? Not even side chick. If your husband has been paying the e-wallet, the school fees, the ing to random women consistently, right? Consistently. When he dies, those kids or you as a side chick can go and claim from his estate, from his pension fund as a dependent. Just need to prove that he's been paying school fees. Imagine. I'm sorry. Section 7C Pension Fund Act.
Section 100.
They can claim from your husband's pension fund, and your kids will get nothing because remember they're older. When I baba ngini toddler, gini nanas, ne, gini nanas. So for the next, so the trustees of the pension fund will say, oh no, she can get 15, 18, 20% because they're still small and they still need to be raised, so they still need to go to school. So they divide it according to who needs it more and who needs more money.
Do you honestly, in your own opinion, think we should get married?
I'm a lover. I'm such a big lover. I mean, throughout the divorces that I've done,
would you get married with?
Definitely. I mean, I was born and raised in a home. My parents still together. My parents love. Like I don't see anything else outside of, like the entire, you know,
You're not you.
Yeah, married.
Yeah.
I don't even.
I'm petty, man.
I can see your face. I don't even like. Wait, I don't even know because you are just like defeated or petty or nix. I want to say lo.
You know what I'm just thinking? Yeah. As a woman, let's say hi. You are a wife. You are wifing, right? That's what's going on in my head. You're trying your best, and then I just imagine that the phone call you told me about. And I wake up every morning and I go to work and I'm working for myself and for my children. And I get a phone call. My husband's whatever. Una le lawyer. O batla maintenance because re nyetse in community of property. Kore ke picture that scene. How painful it is. People really go through a lot.
They do.
And it's sad.
And I mean, that's where I always say before when I start divorces, I always tell my clients, make sure your support structure is on par. Make sure your support, you go to therapy. Now my first question is, are you in therapy? I could lie, guys, got therapy, hey? I'm not gonna be a therapist. I'm your attorney. Did this one when I told her, you're going to go through a lot. We're going to have a hectic maintenance issue. We've just found out that your man was married. He didn't tell you. Now we have a child we're dealing with. Go start therapy. I'm not gonna sit here and watch you cry. All I can do is let the other one know, subpoena her, and let's continue in court like nothing, like a normal matter. But go to therapy. If it hurts you,
or stay single.
Pasi, no. Leave women to love, okay?
Love, yes. But I'm just
go be lovers, guys.
It just looks like people who are single have more peace than anyone.
I agree. And I say, I get where you're coming from. And I think, and I was, and another client was even saying that, you know what, there comes a time in your life where you don't want chaos.
That's where I am.
You don't want chaos. You just want peace.
Yeah.
Right? And you want even the people around you.
Yeah.
Just to be able to be those people who are able to provide that peace. If you're not there to provide the peace, right? And I share the same sentiments.
Gotcha.
To the point where if you're not here in my life to make sure that don't bring drama.
And unfortunately, they are gonna bring it.
And they'll bring it, ne?
Yeah.
But you need that support.
Yeah.
Make sure you get that support. It's a very, 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 very important.
We will do part 2.
And part 3 and part 4 and part 4 and 5
and break it down
7, 8, because
properly.
wow.
Thank you so much. I learned a lot and I'm not okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And it's not like it happened to me or anything like that, but I'm just like putting my
your shoes in someone else's, like your feet in someone's shoes.
I put something in someone's shoes and I'm like, oh my God, it's so sad.
It would talk on this thing, hey?
Yeah.
It would talk. Yeah. It would talk. And even on my side, you hear it and you're just like,
yeah.
Thanks for having me, Pasi.
Thanks for coming. And
I'll see you so soon.
Very soon. Not like a day. How are you? How? It is well. Thank you for watching, guys. We are available on Spotify and Apple.